Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. What's going on? It's Thursday night. It's time for the Thursday night live stream. I've not been real consistent on doing these, so I want to try to get better at it. And I had some time this evening. There's a lot to talk about. Um, I got some good spec for us, courtesy of Jim's Comics. He just posted a video earlier today. I'm going to talk about some of the stuff he talked about. Cheers, everyone. Luis Ramirez is in the chat, and we got Cardstock Variant as well. I'm sure there'll be more to join us soon. I probably should have sent out notifications. I don't know that it really helps though. Like if I send it out hours and hours in advance, some people might be like, "Oh yeah, I want to go on check out the live stream tonight." Sometimes I just do it 15, 20 minutes before, and I don't know. It's about the same. I don't think it really matters. I got some books to show off tonight. I got a stack of books that I've gotten in the last few weeks that I haven't really talked about. So I'm going to show some of these. There's some really good, awesome covers here. You're going to love them. Might give you some ideas if you're thinking about buying some books. I got some really good ones that I picked up that you may want to take a look for on eBay. Look for some deals. I'll kind of tell you what I'm looking at going forward. There's some books coming out very shortly that in the month of end of October, beginning of November that look really awesome. So we're going to use Instagram. I'll probably go to Chasing Comics. There he is. Probably go to Infamous's Instagram page. Just it's easier. He does all the legwork for me. It's all right there. It's awesome. So we'll go to his page and highlight some of the books that are coming out that look awesome. Yeah, so we got a lot to cover tonight. I am going to pull up here, share my screen. CBR has some interesting interesting news here. I guess there's a new Super Mario Brothers trailer. Chris Pratt is the voice of Mario. I guess there's a trailer for it now. I'm trying to envision him. I mean, he's a funny guy. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Let's play the trailer here real quick. Let's see what happens. Let's see if this works. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Trailer's not working. Huh. I don't know if that CBR is not working, maybe. Interesting. Let me see. Let me go down let's see if I can pull this up here. Watch on YouTube. Maybe I have to go to YouTube. Well, it's not working either. I don't know. I guess we'll skip that. I was hoping to pull up a really quick trailer, but it doesn't look like that's happening. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with YouTube's trailers. I don't know too much about that, but I would like to hear what Chris Pratt's voice sounds like as Mario. See how close it is to the original. All right, let's see if there's anything else here that's worth taking a gander at. Yeah, New York Comic Con is this weekend. I saw posts from a couple of my buddies. Aaron Bartling will be there. I saw the live stream of Mel V. He's already up there. Mel V's a good guy. I like Mel V. I chat with him quite a bit on Instagram. Comic Tom, of course, is there. Kind of the usual suspects, right? I think Ivan Tao will be there. I'm pretty good friends with Ivan. He's been very, very busy lately. He's got some really cool covers coming out. I can't wait to see his Invincible Iron Man cover. Oh yeah, there's this artist, Kim Jung-ji, passed away at 47. Man, that's heart attack. Man, 47. You just never know, man. You never know when your time is up. I'm going to be 50 years old here in the month of November. So if any of you want to send me a birthday gift, it's in the month of November. I will turn the ripe old age of 50. I don't feel 50. I still feel like I'm in my 30s, like late 30s maybe. Not quite as good as I did in my early 30s, but I can still get around and move pretty well. I can still play a round of golf with no trouble. I can still chase after my son and actually outrun him at this point still. Um, I'm sure that those days are coming fewer and fewer in the future. Um, yeah, so time catches us all. 47's young, man. That is a young age to die. Maybe he had some kind of congenital heart problem. A lot of our, if you're dying early, if you're dying before the age of 65, a lot of times it's genetics. You got poor genetics, perhaps. Um, he certainly from that picture, he doesn't look like he's overweight. It's crazy. You see people that are overweight and look terrible, and they still are living. And then you get a guy that looks great. I'll never forget. I was a young man. I think I was 34, 35 at the time. And I did some jogging. I was a lot better shape than I am now. Of course, I was younger. But I was living in South Tampa uh, with my wife. We weren't married at that point. We were just boyfriend and girlfriend, and we lived on Harbor Island, which is uh, an area in South Tampa, right near the water. It's kind of a nice little spot. Well, anyways, we were walking one day over to Starbucks, and I see this guy jogging, and he falls right in front of us, and literally has a heart attack. He While he's jogging, he has a heart attack. And the ambulance came. We kind of stuck around, and they could not revive this guy. I pretty sure. I mean, I think he died on the scene, unfortunately. So I always remember that it was a pretty dramatic thing to see happen, especially because we came upon him right after he just fell. Like he hit it, like he literally was jogging and had the heart attack and fell right on his face. I mean, he was done. He literally died instantly. So you just never know. I mean, you could be doing your favorite thing to do, and all of a sudden it's over. So 47 is young. God, heart attack. I'll never forget that uh, stand up by my good friend Norm Macdonald. A lot of you know me pretty well. Norm Macdonald was my favorite comedian. He passed away a little over a year ago, or about a year ago, from cancer, and he had a great bit about people are so worried about a terrorist attack and 9/11, and he said, actually your odds of being killed by a terrorist attack are very, very, very low, but the odds of you being attacked by your own heart are very, very high. So it was a kind of a keen observation that no doubt about it, we are all mortal beings, and um, a lot of people die from heart attacks. My grandfather died at 72 on my mom's side from a heart attack. And then my grandfather on my dad's side, he had a lot of medical issues, but I think that's eventually what gave out also was his heart. So yeah, it's it's unfortunate. That is very young. Uh, and yeah, he was a great artist, very, very talented. Um, yeah, infamous. Thank you for that. Master of his craft, absolutely. And he'll be missed. I see a lot of people reached out. I noticed a lot of people on Instagram were posting about him. He just passed away a few days ago. George Perez passed away not that long ago. He was one of my favorites. I had a lot of comic books that he drew back in the day. I met him in person with my daughter. He was really, really kind and sweet. He took a keen interest in my daughter because my daughter was, is an artist and was very interested in art at that time. And he was just very, very kind and sweet. I'll never forget that. I still think about that to this day, and I'm sure he'll be missed as well. Rest in peace, Kim Jong-gi. We've had a lot of, I don't know, it seems like a lot of artists. Like Tim Sale passed away not too long ago. Yeah, we've had a lot of, he died young too. Jeez. We've had a lot of, a lot of tragedy lately in the comic book industry. Um, but time moves on. He will be missed, and he won't be forgotten. So may we all have an ounce of the success that he had. Right. All right. What else is going on? This looks interesting. Paul Dano. He's the guy that played the Riddler in the latest Batman movie. Apparently, he has something to do with this latest comic book. Origins of the Riddler. There was a recent interview with him as well. Riddler Year One spans 6 issues, delves into how the accountant Edward Nashton turned into the live streaming riddle composing serial killer in the Batman. So this is a Paul Dano script. So the actor that played the Riddler actually wrote the script, which I find very interesting. He obviously had a very keen insight into the psychology of the Riddler. I'm very interested in this. There is a Jim Lee 1 in 100 variant, by the way, on this issue. And I think you're seeing, that's the art right there of Jim Lee. And I remember seeing on eBay, I think it's already going for decent money. Is it Riddler? Oops. One. Let's see if I got this right. Yeah, Riddler Year One. Yeah, so there's the regular cover, which you can pre-order still. Man, I thought there was going to be a Jim Lee 1 in 100 variant for sale on eBay, but I guess not. They all sold. I guess maybe, I don't know. Let's see if there's any sales, completed sales. Yeah, I know that there's a copy out there. I think Golden Apple might have it still. It's interesting. I like Paul Dano. I loved him in that movie. What was it about blood? About the Texas oil guy, Daniel Day-Lewis. There Will Be Blood. Yeah, There Will Be Blood. I'm just going to type in Riddler One, number 1. Yeah, so this is basically the Jim Lee variant. So there is a 1 in 100 variant of this. I don't think even Golden Apple has it for sale, but there's the regular cover. Looks pretty cool. I like the fact that the actor is writing it, so I'm very interested in this book. It's a 6-issue miniseries. It looks really cool. I definitely am picking that up. I just think it looks very interesting. So Riddler, I like that Batman movie. I mean, I know there's some aspects of it that aren't the best, but I liked it. I thought Patterson did a good job as Batman. I don't think he doesn't look like Bruce Wayne at all. Of course, he doesn't. He doesn't look like Bruce Wayne, but he's a great Batman. I think his voice, his demeanor, his facial expressions, very slight facial expressions were perfect. I thought he was a great Batman. All right. Put Instagram real quick. We're gonna go to Chasing Comics Instagram. He has the best. He's the guy you should be following if you like pre-orders. What the hell just happened here? Did I typed the wrong thing in here? What happened? Let me go to his page real quick. Bear with me, guys. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, this is one that's coming out. What's the release date? November 16th. Final order cutoff is October 17th. So there's still time for shops to order this. I would say if you're interested in this book, I would, as the advice by Infamous here, I would contact your LCS and see if they can order it for you. Now, remember, this is a 1 in 25. So the 1 in 25 is the virgin cover, right? No trade dress. The 1 in 15, 1 in 15 is the trade dress. Originally, I think a lot of people had shown it as a 1 in 10, but per the investigative skills of Chasing Comics or Infamous, he called Lunar Distribution himself and confirmed that it is a 1 in 15 variant, and the Virgin will be a 1 in 25. I love this cover by Jenny Frison. It's one of my favorite. I mean, I would say the last one that I really liked by her was that Sandman Universe, the 1 in 100 copy that she did. I think that's one of her best that she's ever done. This is right up there. I would put this right up there with it. So there was a couple sites that were pre-selling it. Third Eye had it. It's sold out. I am not the person that purchased it. I am the person that purchased the 1 in 15. I think that I'm the only one that got the 1 in 15. They only got basically one copy each at Third Eye Comics. The 1 in 25 I did not get from them. Impulse had a 1 in 25. I did grab it from them. They only had one copy. I am the one that purchased it. And then I found one other website that had the 1 in 25. I think it was Sanctorium Comics. I think they had it around 45. I've paid double ratio. Okay. So full disclosure, I did not get the 1 in 25 at ratio. I paid way more than that. But that's how much I love this cover. I think whether it's going to be worth a lot of money, West of Sundown is a vault comic. It's not heavily followed. It's not a Marvel or DC or Image book. So, of course, there's going to be a lot of people that don't know about this, but a lot of people love Frison, and she definitely has a following. And I'm okay spending more money than I should on this because I love it. And that's my advice to anyone who's collecting comic books, especially if you're buying incentive covers, which obviously entail more risk. They're more expensive. A lot of times they drop in value after you purchase them. I've experienced that many, many times. So my advice is always really buy what you love. Don't worry so much about the price. You know, I don't want to miss this, so I was willing to pay more money. And Midtown will have this. I'm going to try to buy it from Midtown when it comes out in November. I just love it. Infamous says you told me one of her best was the Magic 1 in 100. Yes. I mean, it just keeps getting better. I don't know. Yes, the Magic. I think it was Magic The Gathering #4, the 1 in 100. I loved it so much I bought 3 copies, which try to find it. I don't know. That book is a ghost. Ghost. Absolute ghost. I mean, if I go to eBay right now, I guarantee it won't show up on eBay. I'll be shocked if it is. Uh, Magic, The Gathering, #4, 1 in 100. See if it comes up. It's not. Comic books aren't even coming up. What the hell is this? What is this? A drill? Maybe I should type in comics. Yeah, usually you got to type in comics. So what comes up? The original Magic the Gathering book. Uh, some cards. Yeah, not a whole lot. No Frizen cover for sure. Yeah, that book is scary. I mean, I've seen it when it first came out. There was a few copies on eBay, and I think they were asking $200 or more. Um, Never seen it since. Maybe the first week or two after it came out, I saw a couple listings. Now, I've not been paying attention all the time. I'm not checking this book all the time, but let's see if there's any completed sales of this book. Maybe I should shorten it to just Magic the Gathering #4, Frizen. You just type in Frizen. See if anything comes up. Nope, just a bunch of cards. So nothing in the last several months, right? I don't see anything here. Maybe last year there was a couple that were sold. Yeah, it's just one of those books that's super rare. I mean, good luck if you want to find it. I don't know how you're going to buy it. You got to find someone that owns it. Like me, I have 3 copies. I paid $100 for each one, so I didn't. I think maybe I got one of them for like $80. But yeah, I love Jenny Frizen's art. In fact, I can't even show you a copy. Maybe I'll go to my Instagram. I know I've got a copy of it in my profile because I've highlighted this book in the past. Probably been a long time though since I do a lot of posts, don't I? My God, look at this. Oh, this is one that I love Jenny Frizen did. Basilisk, #8. That's also a very hard book to find. Good luck finding that book. I mean, I think the last time I saw a copy sell on eBay, it was around $70, $80. That's also kind of a difficult book to locate. Again, I'm a big Jenny Frizen fan. I know Infamous is too. Tries to act like he's not, but I know he is. Oh, those are my Sandman Universe, Nightmare Country, right? Frizen. That's still one of my favorites of her. I love that book. I love that cover. I'm so very fortunate to have gotten 2 copies. That's a very difficult book to get. Let's see, we go down further. This book came out, well, I think a couple years ago, right? At least 2 years ago. So I might have to go back pretty far. Man, I do a lot of posts. Probably would have been faster just to Google it. Do a Google image. I don't know. Now Instagram is stuck. I can't stand Mark Zuckerberg. I really can't. Failed to load. Yeah, I'm having a problem here. Let me reload this bad boy. Oh, there's another Frizen cover that's pretty hard to find. X-Man Extremists #2, the 1 in 25. Mel V actually turned me onto that book. He had it in one of his auctions, and I think he sold it for well over $100. You can see his comment right there on that post. I think he sold that way over $100. I found one through some obscure website. They had it in stock. I actually got it for like $30, so I was pretty fortunate to get that, just a little bit over ratio. But that's a tough book to find. I love that Frieza cover as well. Not an easy one to locate. There's that Basilisk. Let me go back here. Let me see if I can find it. Hopefully my Instagram is loading now. Let's see. Maybe it only goes so far back now. I don't know. Let's see here. Oh no. There's Aaron. There's my good friend Aaron. He's going to be at New York Comic Con. I can't remember what booth he's at, but he's at one of the booths. Yeah, I might as well just Google it at this point. Jesus, it's gonna take forever. Let me see if it's on Google Images. Magic the Gathering. Number 4, 1 in 100. Jenny Frizen. Got to be an image of it somewhere. Yes, there is. Perfect. There we go. Yeah, I love that cover, but that's just a tough book to find. I mean, I don't know. I don't think most shops would order 20 copies of this book. So there's probably not too many of them out there. I don't know. I'm thinking long term, if anyone really wants this book, it's going to be very expensive. I mean, for me to sell it right now, I I don't need to sell it, so of course I could ask a ridiculous price for it. Infamous says you may have the only 3 copies. So there is that too. Yes, that's true. I don't know. Maybe there's only, I'm telling you, there can't be that many. I mean, I think I saw 2 or 3 listings besides the ones that I bought. So there might be 5 copies out there, maybe 10. Who knows? But there's some hardcore Ginny Frizen collectors out there. I'm certainly not the only one. There's a lot of them out there. So yeah, just a cool cover. Um, that's Medusa from Magic the Gathering. Kenneth Bird, good to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining the chat. So yeah, that's just one of those rare Frizen books that I love. I think it just looks awesome. All right, let's go into Jim's Comic Spec. This is not coming from me. This is coming from Jim's Comics. I guess there's a new character, one of the new sons of Mephisto. Let's see here. It's in Fantastic Four. Number 1, 2022. Let's see if I can go into. Yeah, let me type in first appearance. Let's see if Marvel's own website gives us any inkling. I kind of want to show the panels if I can. So let's see if I can find this. So there's the regular A cover for Fantastic Four number 1. This came out in June of 2022, not that long ago. But a lot of people, including myself, didn't realize that there is a first appearance in this comic book. Let's see. See if I can show some of the interior panels. What was that? Damn it. I can't remember. There used to be a website you could go to that basically could give you all kinds of free digital downloads of comic books. Maybe it's this one. Download comics for free. Is that it? Maybe not. Let me do a search. Ah, well. That would help if I actually research things. But let me go back here. Let me just talk about it. What's his name? Pastor John? Let's see here. Basically, he is. I'll give you the backdrop on this as I'm trying to search for it. There is a new priest who is the son of Mephisto. So they show in the first issue this nun basically being grabbed and apparently being raped in the by Mephisto. Mephisto grabs this nun and basically rapes her in the church. Pretty crazy. YouTube's probably going to block me now because I said that. Jesus. Has non-consensual relations. I don't know how else to say it. And out of that is born Mephisto's son. So, man, let's see if I can find it here. They talk about it. Now, I have the first appearance of some of Mephisto's children. Daredevil, the first appearance of Blackheart. So if we go into Mephisto, yeah, I don't know if it's going to be updated that quickly with his children. But that's got to be one of the major villains that has not, that definitely should make an appearance eventually in the MCU that has not. And of course, his children could be showing up at some point in either a TV show, movie, who knows. Yeah, but I think it's Pastor John is his name. So he shows up in Fantastic Four #1. And again, the origin is explained in issue #4. So issue #1 of Fantastic Four is definitely worth picking up. And if you go to eBay right now, I don't think it goes for a whole lot of money. You type in Fantastic Four #1, 2022. I think you can still get the, $2 plus $5 shipping. Notice, since Jim's Comics has done that video, though, there's been a lot of sales. This seller right here almost sold out. Obviously, he's got a pretty good deal, $2.50 plus $5 shipping. 38 comics have been sold out of that listing. Yeah, so the A cover definitely would be one that you want to make sure you have. There is also there's incentive covers. There's an Art Adams cover. I think that's a 1 in 50. There's a bunch of incentive covers. And the easiest way to search is you go to Best Match, do highest first, and you've got, so yeah, I guess there's a 1 in 400, a 1 in 200, a 1 in 100, a 1 in 50, a 1 in 25, and a 1 in 10. So a bunch of different covers. The 1 in 400 is a cool cover. That is the Frank Miller retro. That's a Frank Miller cover. $1,000. I think the cheapest I've seen it for is about 560. So I don't think you're going to find it any cheaper than that. But a lot of them are listed around $1,000. Probably not too many shops were ordering 400 copies, and that's a pretty expensive endeavor. So I don't know. Down the road, is this character going to develop into anything? Well, it is one of the children of Mephisto. There's only 2 other children that we know of. Mephisto's daughter, which I have that comic book. Mephisto's daughter, first appearance. I believe it's a Doctor Strange book. Yep. Doctor Strange number 6. That's the first appearance of Mephisto's daughter. And you can find that book pretty cheap. It's under $20, $15 to $20. I've got 3 copies of it. I think I have a newsstand, a directed copy edition. I would pick that up. So I think that's a good spec. Marvel Comics, Doctor Strange number 6. First appearance of Mephisto's daughter. Blackheart is the other child of Mephisto. Blackheart, first appearance, I believe, is in a Daredevil book. I have it as well. I have it in my collection. Yeah, Daredevil number 270, first appearance of Blackheart. That's another good book to pick up, especially if you can get it in high grade. I've got a nice copy in my collection. I don't know if there is a newsstand copy. Yeah, apparently there is a newsstand. So, yeah, 1989. Yeah, newsstands would probably be the way to go. If you could find a newsstand copy, that would be preferred. Probably going to be a little bit more scarce versus direct. And as I'm going through the eBay listings, that certainly seems to be the case. Way more direct copies available than newsstands. I only see 1 newsstand so far. That was a 9.6 graded copy. Oh, here's a raw copy newsstand for $80. So I think that's a good spec always. I think that's a good first appearance key book to have in your collection, especially if you can get a good deal on it. Blackheart, that is the... Is Blackheart a female or a male? I can't remember. It's a plural gender, anyways. Yeah, that's one of the offspring of Mephisto. But there is a new offspring of Mephisto in the Fantastic Four run. Issue number 1 and number 4 are the 2 books that you want to try to pick up. Number 1 being the first appearance, and number 4 being the full origin story of Mephisto's son. Mephisto grabbed a nun in a church, took her into the back room, and did a little hot and heavy with her. And 9 months later, his son was born, and I guess he has some powers. Issue 4 shows him displaying some of his powers. And then at the end of the issue, he takes off in a red sports car with Damian Hellstrom. It basically said the story will continue. So we will see his character in the future. So I think that is a pretty good spec. Thank you to Jim's Comics for bringing that out. And I think one of his followers are the ones that kind of caught that. So I think that's a really good idea to spec on, especially since you can still buy that first issue for cover price. It's probably still sitting at your LCS on the shelf. I mean, I don't think anyone was talking about that new Fantastic Four run. That book has been rebooted so many times. I think people have sort of like, whatever, just another Fantastic Four volume. I got to be honest, there's only a couple books I'm buying from Marvel these days. I buy Daredevil on a consistent basis. I buy Black Panther, mainly because I'm interested to see more of the development of that character, Tosin. And maybe Ghost Rider. I think Ghost Rider's been pretty good. So there's only like 3 Marvel titles that I've been picking up. Ghost Rider, Daredevil, and Black Panther. That's it. I haven't picked up any X-Men books. I don't collect Spider-Man. That's it. 3 Marvel books, not a whole lot, which is good. I don't have to spend a lot of money. It's a little lighter on the paper on the pocketbook. So, but I think that's a reasonable spec if you are into Mephisto and you think that there's designs for Mephisto in the MCU down the road. I think that there will be at some point. I mean, I don't can't think of a better villain than basically the personification of evil, which is the devil. I don't think it gets any better than that. The other book that he had mentioned was Star Wars High Republic, the newest. Yeah, the newest reload. I guess this is what, volume 2. Um, yeah, let me type in 2022. It's probably preferable to do that. Um, my watch is telling me it's my bedtime. It's 10:30. I got a new Apple Watch. I'm still learning how to use it, and I like how it reminds me to like get up and walk around and get off your ass. Don't be so lazy. Yeah, this is the 1 in 50. Man, that's going for pretty big money. $165. Jesus. Um, I guess there's a couple first appearances. First, Vilder, Mac Jedi, and Tay Sirik. So that's the 1 in 50 cover, which is kind of cool. That might be one to look for, especially if they have it at your LCS. Check your LCS. Don't go to eBay. I think eBay's pricing right now is a little overinflated. I think you could get a better deal maybe at your local comic book shop. But there are obviously some first appearances at issue, and that might be a good one to just buy and hold on to it. Some of these High Republic books I've been buying over the last couple of years, and I just hold on to them. And maybe down the road they'll be worth something, maybe not. I don't know. I did miss that Dr. Afra uh, number, what it was, the newest one, number 18 or something. The first Dark Seekers. I will have to keep a watch on that book. I'm going to try to pick that up if I can, around $15. And then just hold on to them. I think down the road you could see value in some of these Star Wars High Republic books. Um, I got to tell you though, Disney is so woke right now. I tried watching that new Star Wars series. What's it called? Um, shit, I can't remember it. That's how great of an impression it made on me. I can't even remember what it's called. Uh, yeah, you can tell it's past my bedtime. My brain start. Oh, Andor. Yeah, Andor. Okay, I think I watched the first 2 episodes. Not real impressed with it at this point. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Star Wars. It's just I don't know. It's I haven't I think the last good Star Wars movie I saw was Empire Strikes Back. That's it. That was a long time ago. And I like that's my favorite movie of all time. Star Wars is Empire Strikes Back. Number 2 would be A New Hope, and number 3 would be not Last Jedi. Revenge of the Jedi. Is that what it is? Return of the Jedi, not Revenge. That was the original name. See, my brain still thinking the original name of Return of the Jedi was Revenge of the Jedi, and then Lucas changed the title at the last minute. Yeah, so the original trilogy is still my favorite of all the movies. Um, I think a lot of Star Wars fans that grew up watching it would probably echo those remarks. Um, I don't know. I'd like to really see an awesome Star Wars series to come out, but I gotta tell you, the chances of that are pretty low. I think the leadership at Disney is piss poor. It's a woke culture. They care more about appealing to leftist wackos rather than the true fandom, which actually provided all their success. I don't know. And I didn't like what George Lucas did to the prequels either. He kind of destroyed that for me. So I don't know. Yeah, that's it, guy. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's sequels usually don't do well anyways. But maybe long term somebody will turn it around. I don't know. The Mandalorian, I think the first couple seasons of that was pretty good. Uh John Favreau, I'm a big fan of John Favreau, and I think you just need to get Disney needs to kind of wake up and say, "Hey, we need to hire people that really care about the history of Star Wars and the fandom and appealing to the niche fandom," which is, I know it's we're very, very critical of anything that comes out. Us Star Wars hardcore Star Wars fans. I mean, it's just the way it is. I had all the action figures. I That was the first movie I ever saw as a child. So my heart is very much into Star Wars, and I would love to see them really, really put out a great Star Wars show or movie or whatever. And we just it just can't happen. It's always a little lacking. I mean, some parts are cool, but most of it just leaves you feeling, yeah, it's still not as good as the original three that came out in the 70s and early 80s. But what are you going to do? All right, guys, I am going to show you real quick the books I got in the mail recently. This one you might find interesting. Amazing Fantasy #1. This is the Mexican Chromium edition. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's a chrome and there's a lot of glare. And I don't dare take this book out of the Mylar because this book is so sensitive to fingerprints. Holy crap. I mean, if you buy this book, you can only buy it off of eBay. I got this for like 60 bucks, I think. Um, I love it. Manny the comic collector. Shout out to Manny. He turned me on to this book. I don't think there's a chance in hell I'm ever going to own the original. Even in low grade, it's outrageously expensive now. If we get a major depression / recession, maybe I could pick it up cheap. But I just like this cover. It's just cool. It's fairly rare. I don't think it's super rare, but fairly rare. And man, just be very careful. Uh, what's the white glove policy? You need to use gloves for this. I'm telling you, it leaves fingerprints, and the fingerprints you can get out. You just have to work at it with a nice cloth. All right, here's another one. Batman Beyond #6. That's the first appearance of Ink. Just I always wanted this, and I found a really good. I got this for like 35 bucks plus shipping. I mean, I think maybe $45 with shipping, which was a really good deal. This book normally sells around 100 bucks. This was just an auction. It was late at night. I had a feeling that no one was watching it, and I was right. I got a really good deal on this, and it's yeah, I think it's a 9.6, 9.8 candidate. It might be 9.8. So that would be one that if I was integrating books would probably be worth getting graded because the value on that would jump way up if it came out as a 9.8. All right, this one is the New York Comic Con variant. Batman Beyond #1. I think it's a facsimile. That's the New York Comic Con variant by Mattina. I'm a big fan of Francesco Mattina. And there is the COA limited to 6666, the sign of the devil. Isn't that interesting? So yeah, I love that cover. I got that fairly cheap. I got that through Spectral Comics. Shout out to them. All right, next one here is Bone Archer Mythos, 10,000 Black Feathers. This is the Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino production, Dave Stewart. And this is the Dave Sanchez cover. I love this cover. It's black and white pencil. It's freaking awesome. This was limited to only 500 copies. And I think this was available at one of the cons. I can't remember what con it was, but definitely limited. I got 2 copies, by the way. Dave Sanchez is awesome. I'm going to try to get him on the show. I've interacted with him a few times on Instagram. Maybe I can get him to come on and talk about his art. That'd be cool. I definitely dig his art style. And then this is the 1 in 100. Yeah, I got a deal on it, but I think I got it for like $90. We'll see. If this series takes off, it will have been a good investment. If not, it's okay. I still like the cover. That is I think Mundo did that. Del Mundo. Just a cool cover. I like the pencil sketch, like someone did it with their notebook, and then this creepy guy comes through the notebook. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that. And then, oh yeah, this was an incentive variant as well. I can't remember the website that this was available, but I just thought that was a cool looking cover for that same issue, so I picked that up. Creep Show #1. This is the Silverbacks, Brian's Silverbacks incentive variant. There's only 150 of these in existence. I've only seen one listing of this on eBay for about $150. Definitely a tough book to get. And when you bought that, they also gave you the 1 in 10 incentive variant, which was cool. But yeah, I love this cover. It's probably my favorite cover. I mean, the regular A cover is pretty good too. But man, this cover is freaking. As soon as I saw the cover, I was like, oh yeah, I got to get that. Pretty rare, pretty limited. As far as I know, that's easily the most limited of that particular issue. This is going to be tough to see, probably on the screen. You probably won't see it. DC Horror presents Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead. And I just love that cover with the soldier lighting up his lighter, and then you can see the zombies in the background. Yeah, the Nazi zombies. This was a 1 in 100 variant. I got a good deal on this one as well, and I'm not trying to flip it. I just love the cover. That's a total cover buy for me. So yeah, couldn't say no to that. Edge of Spider-Verse #1 and 2. Everyone knows about that. It's okay. I didn't think it's that great. The writing on that's pretty shitty as far as I can tell. All right, this is another rare book, Scout Comics. It's probably never going to be worth anything, but it's so rare, you'll probably never see it for sale. So I bought the only copy that Midtown had. I got it for $90. ETERNUS #1. It's a 1 in 100. I think originally I read that it was supposed to be a metal cover. It's not a metal cover. It's just a regular cover, not a virgin trade dress. This is the rare one, though. There is a virgin copy of this. That is not as rare. This is the rare one. I've not seen one copy of this come up on eBay yet. So I like the artist. I think your last name is Far. Starts. Is it? I posted on Instagram. I want to give her a shout out. Let me see if I can find her. Let me go on my Instagram real quick. I want to give credit where credit is due. Isn't that what you should do? By the way, I spilled the rest of my bourbon. I knocked it over like an idiot. What's her name? Tahani Farr. TAHANI Farr. FARR. That's the artist. Beautiful lady, by the way. She's a beautiful lady. Redhead. She did the artwork on that. Yeah, so there was my post on Instagram about that. Tahani Farr. I don't think she's done too many covers. I know she's done some commission work for people, but I think that's her first published cover, if I'm not mistaken. So I just dug it. I thought the art looked awesome, and I said, yeah, I'll pick that up. And it was the only copy on Midtown, and I've not seen. Now, they did have a copy through Scout Comics website, but they wanted $300 for it. So I didn't pay anywhere near that, which is cool. All right. This is an exclusive from Spectral Comics. Good Boy think it's volume 3, number 1. Obviously, it's an homage to the Punisher, a Delato Punisher cover, and this is a foil. That's a foil Virgin cover, and then there's the trade dress. Just thought it looked pretty cool. Picked that up from Spectral. Night of the Ghoul, for you horror comic fans. Scott Snyder, Francesco Francavilla. That is the 1 in 200 copy by Francavilla. And then that is the 1 in 100 copy, also by Francavilla. 1 in 200, 1 in 100. This just got picked up in option, not just got optioned, but they actually announced that it is being developed into a movie by 20th Century Fox. So Snyder, I mean, it must be good. I haven't read it yet, but I also have the 1 in 1,000 copy coming in the next day or two. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. I will be posting about that book. That book is super rare. I've not seen anybody sell it on eBay. There were a couple websites that sold it. It's a G.H. Williams cover. There were a couple websites that sold it between $2,000 and $3,500, believe it or not. There was one website said it was sold out and they sold it for $3,500. It's a 1 in 1,000. Isn't that crazy? It's a Dark Horse book. I mean, Dark Horse doesn't usually do high incentive covers, so it's very rare. I don't know. It's kind of crazy to think about it. All right, this is another cover I love. This is a Miguel Mercado cover. Sabrina Anniversary Spectacular. That is the metal cover. New York Comic. Is it New York Comic Con? No. Yes. That is the New York Comic Con metal cover. It's you can see here in the corner. It's numbered out of 50. This is number 38 of 50. Only 50 of these. It sold out very quickly, and I've seen it on eBay. I think the eBay listings are around $250 for this. I think this had a buy-in price of about $100. And then there's the regular cover. That was much cheaper. I think that was only like $25. So I got the metal and I got the regular cover. I love that cover. It's an homage to what's that book? I can't remember the name of it. You guys know it though. It's famous. Again, I'm past my bedtime. My brain's shutting down. This is Samurai Doggy, number 1. This is the Ivan Tao exclusive set. Trade dress and Virgin. I think they only made 150 of these, so pretty rare. I've not seen anybody selling it on eBay yet, but we'll see. And I did not buy any Vanished comic books. I know there's a ton of covers out there, some cool ones. There's some sketch covers by Brian Stegman. A lot of different covers out there. The only one that I bought, it's a Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman production. The only cover that I bought is by Michael Ivan. I just love his artwork, man. He did that Death Dealer cover, that Death Dealer number 1, Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer number 1. He's just good. I mean, anytime he does a cover, I'm interested, and this one just spoke to me. So this is the only Vanish book that I bought. They had a ton of exclusives, a ton of different incentive variants. This is the only one I picked up. So I must like it. And then last but not least, this was done by my good friend Aaron Bartling. What's the name of this book? I'm going to take it out of the cover just because it's a metal cover. It's kind of hard to see. We Eat Gods. This is the metal. I think they only made 50 copies of this book. It's not numbered though, unfortunately, but I can assure you there's only 50 of these bad boys in existence. We Eat Gods. You got this crow about to eat this robot, I guess. Just a cool cover, and I'd like to support my good friend Aaron Bartling, so I picked that up. Got a nice deal on that. I know there's not too many of those out there. I think on eBay they sell for about $100, which is about what I paid for it probably. So not exactly a great deal, but that's okay. I like the cover, and maybe down the road, who knows? Who knows? But I love those metal covers. They're just kind of unique and they kind of speak to me. So had to pick that up. That's all I had for you guys. It's 10:47. My new Apple Watch is telling me that I'm 17 minutes past my bedtime. I'm supposed to go to bed at 10:30. Looks like it's going to be closer to 11 now. But I'm done. I'm out of here. Thanks for hanging out with me for the little bit of time that you did. Tomorrow I will be hopefully in the evening doing a video highlighting the CBSI Hot 10 list. That will be coming out from our good friend Ben Stein from comicbookinvest.com. They usually have that list out in the evening. If it's out earlier, maybe I can get it done tomorrow night. If not, it'll be sometime on Saturday. So make sure you check out for that. I will do a live stream, and of course, that will be on my channel for everyone to view. Uh, Appreciate everybody's support. Make sure you like and share my videos. Make sure you subscribe to me. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram, as I do post quite often on that. Hope everyone has a great rest of the week. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good night, everyone.